Welcome, friend. In a world full of noise, may this moment be your gentle pause. Today, we'll explore a teaching that invites stillness, clarity, and inner peace. Have you ever felt the weight of being you? The constant need to be right, to be seen in a certain way, to protect your reputation. It can be exhausting, like holding a fist clenched tight all day long. This constant tension comes from what we call the ego, or the self, the story we tell ourselves about who we are. But what if the path to freedom was not about building a stronger self, but about understanding its nature? The practice of letting go of the ego is one of the most profound journeys we can take. Today, we will walk this path together. We will explore what the Buddha taught about this self, and how seeing its true nature can lead to the greatest freedom imaginable. Let us begin. Let's first look closely at this thing we call the I. It is a collection of memories, beliefs, titles, and roles. I am a parent, a professional, a good person, a wounded person. This story becomes our identity, a fragile fortress we must defend at all costs. When someone criticizes us, the fortress is attacked. We feel anger, defensiveness. When we fail, a piece of the fortress crumbles. We feel shame, disappointment. When we see others succeed, our fortress seems small. We feel envy. This clinging to a fixed self, or chapnya as it's known in Buddhism, is described as a fundamental source of our suffering. We are trying to protect something that is, by its very nature, always changing and impermanent. It is like trying to hold water in our hands. The fear of losing this self drives so much of our anxiety. The fear of not being good enough, the fear of being forgotten, the fear of death. We become prisoners in a jail of our own making, and the ego is the guard. This is not a flaw in you. It is a universal human condition. To recognize this suffering is the first step toward healing. It is an act of great courage to finally ask, who is this I that I am defending so fiercely? Take a soft breath. Acknowledge the weight you have been carrying. You don't have to carry it forever. There is another way. Now let us turn toward the light. The Buddha's teaching on this is called Anatta, or not self. This is perhaps one of the most misunderstood yet liberating teachings. Not self does not mean that you do not exist. It means that you do not exist as a separate, permanent, unchanging entity. The self we cling to is not a solid thing, but a dynamic process. Think of a wave in the ocean. The wave has a form, a shape, a temporary identity. But can you separate the wave from the ocean? Is it not just the ocean waving? You are not a separate drop, you are the entire ocean in motion. The Buddha taught that to be free from all suffering, we must see the world as empty of a solid one, and empty of anything belonging to me. This is not denialistic emptiness. It is an emptiness that is full of life, connection, and potential. When you truly see this, who is there to be offended? What is there to be lost? The fear of death diminishes, because what you are is as vast and timeless as the universe itself. This realization is the key to what the Buddha called nibbana, or nirvana. He said nibbana is the ultimate emptiness, the ultimate peace that comes from no longer clinging to a separate self. It is like the open sky. Clouds of thought, emotion, and sensation come and go. But the sky itself, your true nature, remains unstained, boundless, and free. Let this truth wash over you. The relief of knowing you do not have to hold it all together. You are not the prison, you are the freedom that lies beyond its walls. So how do we bring this profound wisdom into our daily lives? How do we practice letting go? It begins with gentle observation. Let us try a small practice together. Wherever you are, just take a moment. Bring your attention to your body. Feel the sensations, the warmth, the coolness, the contact with your chair. Are these sensations permanent? Are they you? Or are they just happening, arising and passing away like clouds in the sky? Simply watch them without judgment. Now, bring your attention to your feelings. Perhaps there is calm, or restlessness, or joy. Can you hold on to any of these feelings forever? They too arise, stay for a while, and then transform into something else. Lastly, notice your thoughts. They appear as if from nowhere, and they disappear just as quickly. You are not your thoughts. You are the silent, spacious awareness that witnesses them. This is the practice of seeing not self. You are not the body, not the feelings, not the thoughts. You are the loving awareness in which all these things unfold. As one master suggested, if the concept of not self feels too abstract, begin with the practice of selflessness. Simply shift your focus from what can I get to what can I give. When you act with kindness, with generosity, with compassion, the grip of the ego naturally loosens. In those moments of genuine connection with others, the separate self dissolves. You experience your true, interconnected nature. Do not strive for some grand ego death experience. Simply practice moment by moment. Each time you choose awareness over reaction, compassion over judgment, you are watering the seed of freedom. The journey from the prison of the ego to the freedom of not self is the journey home. It is a return to the peace and wholeness that was always here, waiting beneath the noise. Let the cage doors swing open. The sky is vast. Your wings have always been there. It is time to fly. Thank you for being here. If this teaching brought you calm or insight, consider sharing it with one person or many. May you walk gently today with peace in your heart. Until next time.